Okay, so we're going to go over a way for attorneys and lawyers to kind of pinpoint target people using Facebook ads. Okay, and this is just a way for us to kind of trim off the fat, and it helps us get our ads to the right people in the right locations. It really works better for some law practices than it does for others. I'll do 3 examples here. We'll do one for personal injury, we'll do one for criminal defense, and another one for estate planning. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through those. I'll jump over to my ads manager now. So just as a heads up, we're doing this in the Facebook ads manager. So if you didn't create a Facebook business manager account for your business page, you need to go to business.facebook.com and you need to create that, so then you can start making ads through here. It gives you a lot more control than boosted posts, so I would highly recommend you take the time to do that and just learn the platform a little bit, and you can do that through some of these videos that we put together. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over here, and we're in our targeting options when we're creating an ad right now. And here's the location targeting. It'll say everyone in this location, people who live in this location, people recently in this location, or people traveling in this location. We'll do people recently in this location, because if they were in the hospital within, well, this is for personal injury, by the way. If they were in the hospital recently, we want this ad to go to them, right? So let's target, I looked up UPMC in Pittsburgh, since we're located in Pittsburgh. So let's do UPMC Presby. Okay, and we'll put their address in here. We'll search for it, and it will automatically make it so it gives it a 10-mile radius, but let's drop it down to 1 mile. Okay, went from, did you see that? Okay, let's do that again. It took an estimated reach of 150,000 people to drop to 1 mile, 14,000. So you see how much more narrow that audience just went to, just by trimming it down to 1 mile. And that's really what we want. I have it 30 to 40 right now. We'll set it to 30 to 65 plus. And that jumps it up to 33,000 people. And we'll leave it, trust me, accidents don't discriminate, so we'll leave it on men and women. Okay. And for detailed targeting, we're not going to put anything in here. We just want to target people that were in that location of that hospital within the last 7 days. And again, that has to be people recently in that location, right? And you can put in other hospital addresses here as well. But just remember, back to a Facebook budget question, it depends how many people you want to reach quicker is how you determine your budget. If you want to reach these people quicker, then you increase your budget. If you want to reach them slower, then you maintain a lower budget. Okay, let's go ahead and do an example for a criminal defense lawyer. Okay, so let's do people in the area of this penitentiary. Okay, Riverside Community Corrections. So when they were in this location within the last 7 days, and again, this will be people recently in this location. And we can drop this one down. We usually do this one at about, you can even do 18 if you really wanted to, but we'll go 20 to 65 plus. And we need to put that mile radius back down to 1 again. And then that gives an audience of 31,000 people. Again, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to trim out the fat. It's way too broad of an audience whenever it's over 100,000 people. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack whenever we're trying to find criminal defense clients, whenever we're searching through that many people. But if we can drop it within a 1 mile radius of that jail, then yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. Okay, let's do one for estate planning now. That would be funeral homes, right? So what we want to do is target this funeral home in Pittsburgh, and we can X out of that. Let's put in this funeral home address. People recently in this location, again, down to 1 mile. And here's another way we can look at this one. Okay, people that are talking about estate planning either have parents that are talking about it, so they're elderly, or they are people in their 40s talking about it. Okay, talking about it for their parents. If we wanted to target just elderly folks, and we wanted to make the message tailored, ready to start estate planning for your family, why don't you talk to us and we can help you get set up with that, okay? And that's just one general idea. And we would target people 65, people who are over 65 only, men and women. And that gives us an audience of 4,000 people who are in that 1 mile radius of that funeral home, okay? And you can add other funeral homes in here as well. Now, if we wanted to target their kids that would be helping their parents plan for estate planning, maybe we would want to target 50 and above, or I mean, you could go to 40 if you want, but you might start diluting that audience a little bit. But let's go 50 to 65 and above, and you can even do some detailed targeting. Say people who are parents, or people who have an interest in elderly care, or people who have an interest in old age. And what Facebook does, and you can see it right here, people have an expressed an interest in or like pages related to old age. So it'll do their best to determine, what kind of pages are similar to that they've been liking. Okay. And then that gives us an audience of 3,900 people. It trimmed off about another 100 people, so then it makes it a little more accurate. So I hope you found that beneficial. If you have any questions on that at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we can talk about it. All right, thanks again, and talk to you soon.